The moment you react to disrespect, you have already lost, not because the other person won, but because you handed them your power with both hands and watched them walk away with it. Here is what no one tells you. The person who disrespects you is not attacking your character. They're confessing their own. And the man who understands this, truly understands it, will never feel the need to defend himself again. Epictetus was born a slave. He owned nothing. He controlled nothing. Not his freedom, not his body, not the cruelty handed to him daily by men who believed their power made them superior. And yet Epictetus became one of the most psychologically unbreakable men in recorded history. Not because he fought back, because he understood something that most men will live and die never grasping. He wrote, "It is not he who reviles or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." Read that again slowly. The insult does not exist in the words spoken. It exists only in the meaning you assign to them. The man who disrespects you has given you nothing but noise. You are the one who decides whether that noise enters the fortress or dies at the gate. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He was surrounded daily by senators who mocked him, generals who questioned him, and men who whispered behind his back. And he wrote this privately to himself. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. He did not mean forgiveness in the soft sense. He meant something colder and more powerful. He meant, do not descend. Do not become the chaos they carry. The man who disrespects you is already at war with himself. You are simply the nearest wall he has thrown himself against. That is what you are, the cliff, not the wave. The first strategy is the one most men cannot execute, not because it requires strength, but because it requires the restraint of a man who knows exactly how much power he holds and chooses not to use it. Silence. Not the silence of a man with nothing to say, the silence of a man who has already decided the conversation is beneath him. When someone disrespects you and you say nothing, you do not give them a target. You give them a mirror. And what they see in that mirror is themselves. Loud, uncontrolled, desperate for a reaction that never comes. The ancient Stoics called this the discipline of assent, the radical practice of choosing which impressions you allow to move you. Most men let everything move them. The Stoic lets almost nothing in. Your silence is not weakness. It is the sound of someone who has nothing to prove, and nothing unnerves a man more than the person he cannot provoke. The second strategy will feel strange at first, because it asks you to replace anger with something colder and more effective. Pity. You cannot hate a blind man for not seeing you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He did not write this out of bitterness. He wrote it as a physician observes a patient, with detachment, with understanding, with pity for those who have not yet learned what he had. The man who disrespects you is suffering, not visibly, not in a way he would ever admit, but somewhere beneath the aggression, the mockery, the casual cruelty, there's a man who does not feel powerful enough, a man who needs to diminish others because he cannot elevate himself. You do not need to hate that man. You do not need to fear him or fight him. You need only to see him clearly as a person in pain, lashing outward because he has no inward peace. Pity is not weakness. It is the highest form of psychological distance. When you pity the man who disrespects you, you remove him from the equation entirely. He becomes a weather pattern, something to observe, not something to fight. The third strategy is not a technique. It is a construction project, one that begins today and never fully ends. The Stoics called it the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Most men build their sense of self on the outside, on status, on the opinions of others, on how they are treated in a room. This means their entire identity is available for anyone to attack at any time. The Stoic builds inward, stone by stone, principle by principle. He constructs a version of himself that exists entirely independent of external validation, of praise, of insult, of disrespect. When someone disrespects this man, they are not attacking him. They are throwing themselves against stone, and stone does not feel the blow. This is not indifference. This is not emptiness. It is the deep, immovable calm of a man who knows precisely who he is and requires no one else's confirmation of it. Emotional mastery is not the absence of feeling. It is the governance of it. The man who cannot be disrespected is not the man without enemies. He is the man who has built something inside himself so solid, so unshakable, that the opinions of others pass through him like wind through stone. You are not here to react. You are not here to defend. You are here to rise, so far above the noise that it can no longer reach you. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. If this is the life you are building, subscribe to Rise Above. New videos every Tuesday for those who refuse to remain ordinary.